Hey everyone, welcome to the 31st episode of the Wheels Walking Podcast, a podcast with a guy in a wheelchair and a guy not in a wheelchair.
That's me.
And the guy in the wheelchair's 26th birthday.
You said the guy in the wheelchair.
I mean the guy not in the wheelchair's 26th birthday.
Yay.
I'm not gonna sing the happy birthday song. I'm not gonna sing the happy birthday song. This is a golden unicorn with a thing in its head.
It's horny.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta make my wish.
Pop smoke.
My always favorite is when I used to say I'd make a wish.
We'll know if my wish comes true by the end of this podcast.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell what it is.
I used to
then
always
it won't come true.
close my eyes and then blow out the candles and look and be like, "Oh, you guys are still here." Like,
Bitch, I used to do that too. Did you bring me a fork?
No, I didn't.
Well, then I'm not gonna eat a bite of this.
Here's a napkin.
Here, just for the pod, I'll do one of these.
A fork. Who eats a cupcake with a fork? What type of bitch ass shit is that?
Do you eat cake with a fork?
There's a wrapper on it meant for your hands. You just peel it back a little bit and you bite into it.
The wrapper's meant so that it doesn't stick to the pan when you pull it out.
It doesn't stick to your hands.
Have you ever made cupcakes with no paper? It sticks to the pan and then you don't have a cupcake anymore. So you put the paper so it doesn't stick to the pan.
Do you also eat pizza with a fork and a knife?
Sometimes.
Do you also blot the,
Sometimes.
You blot?
Yeah, sometimes.
I like how COVID friendly you're being right now. This is beautiful.
Eating with my fingers, yeah. I just washed my hands.
Yo, I'm so happy. There's this
We're not 6 feet apart though.
Yeah,
this is good.
There's this
a red velvet.
This cold brew company out of LA called Stumptown, and they are the only ones that make a can of nitro brew that's actually good. So most nitro brew, kind of like beer, for example, is best out of the tap because there's a system of how it infuses with the alcohol or infuses with the coffee or whatever fluid it is. But most nitros, they try to pre-charge the coffee, and then when you open it up, it tastes just like cold brew. It's not even fucking carbonated. But these guys have put this little like pill down at the bottom of it that when you crack it open, it makes this extra noise. So listen to this. Ooh,
dude,
that was actually sick.
That was sexy.
It was like yeah. So now my nitro cold brew is nitrogenated and not just a regular cold brew. But the only downfall is this little 12-ounce can is freaking 10.3 ounces is almost $5. So it's basically the equivalent of like a regular nitro or a cold or a latte
from, like,
or something.
Starbucks or something.
Yeah. I
actually went to the old Bucks this morning.
Yo, so how does it feel to be another year older? The old 2-6.
The big 2-6.
The big 2-6. How does it feel? Tell us, how does it feel to be a year older? I don't know. The same as yesterday.
Richard's new nickname is Richard Tell Us Corbett. He always in videos goes, "So, tell us." And it's like, you don't have to say tell us.
No, I know I say that, and I always try to stop it.
Also,
in the same way, remember, my new have a good time is tell us.
No, you know what? You also, okay, so this is so funny. Besides the tell us, another thing that happens is you ask the question and then keep talking, and then you don't know how to like reroute back to the question. So you'll be like, "So Brandon, what are we going to be doing today? Are we going to be doing this? Are we going to be doing that? Are we going to be doing this? Are we going to do that? Tell us." Like you ask the question first, then you elaborate more.
Instead of elaborating and then ask the question, I ask the question and then elaborate.
Yeah.
So the person behind the camera or the other person I'm interviewing is almost stumped. They're like in the Jalila video, there was this one topic that you wanted to talk about, but you needed to ask a question to like segue it. But then you just like basically answered your own question the whole time. Did I ask myself a question?
Jalila just goes, "Yeah." Like she never answered the question.
Classic Richard.
Yeah.
How annoyed are you with my style of speaking? Well, I would say that probably I could improve in certain areas.
Also, I have this blooper compilation from the last video.
World peace.
That's just a compilation of all the times you said this one phrase like 19 times in a row, and it's amazing.
From the scooter video.
From the scooter.
It was at the start,
video.
or at the end, right? At the very end.
No, at the very beginning. You say this one phrase like 19 times when we were over by the bed, and I literally clipped them all into like one clip.
You should just put it on the Facebook group.
I should. I've got it on my laptop. I could play it right now if we wanted to. I don't have it like in Google Drive or anything, but it's pretty hilarious. But What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we were saying the big 2-6. It's so funny when people always go the big in front of any birthday. They're like the big 3-7. It's like that's not
The big 4-0, the big 5-0,
but those are
the big 1-6.
no, but those are big when there's like a milestone. It's like the big 4-0. Yeah, that's like you just turned 40. You know, that's whatever.
So what is
but
it
when
like?
you go the big 2-4? It's like 24 isn't an age where anything happens.
I remember 13 because I was a teenager, 16 because I could drive, 18 because I could
15
vote.
you can get your permit.
Yeah, 16 because I could drive, 18 for like cigarettes and voting, 21 for drinking, 25 for insurance discounts, 30 because 30, and then 40, 50, 60, and so on.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's not
everything
like
else. There's nothing.
Yeah, like once you hit 25, it's like all the same.
Yeah,
All the same.
yeah. Now I'm on like the back half of 20 though, which does feel like kind of not weird, but I'm kind of like, oh shit, I'm getting close to 30.
It's
I mean, you already
different.
hit that, so it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I'm 31. I'm an old fuck. And then Jalila just turned 27. And then Jesse, I think, just turned 28. So, like, I'm surrounded by, like, late 20s people.
yeah. I feel like everyone around me is like a couple years older than me, so I've always kind of been the younger one. Like
But you also got little fuckers like him running around.
No, all my roommates are younger. That's true. How old are you, AJ? 22, 23?
22.
22.
22.
Yeah, so they keep me young. Those kids.
Those kids.
Andrew's the father of the house.
Yeah,
He is
I'm
the daddy.
I'm the daddy. For
Did they
sure.
really leave that door open again? They're letting out the air conditioning. I'm like, oh, you are the dad of the house. You are the dad.
Yeah, but yeah, birthday. It's weird, you know, because I normally like a couple years ago I had a big birthday. That was super fun. Like I had like a huge.
That was a blast.
That was like one of the best nights of my life, honestly. Like I look back on that and I'm like sad because I'm like, damn, that was like the coolest night I could have planned. You know, it's like I wish I could have planned something like that again, but it's like COVID and all that stuff. You know, probably not the best look to gather everyone together. No one would do it either.
100th episode plus, or no, the 1 year anniversary
of my podcast.
almost 100 episode plus birthday. So it was like all your guests plus their guests plus, and then we were at the Ivy, and then we went out dancing afterwards or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that was fun. That was like a super fun night.
Who did we see?
Everyone was there.
Ray
Volpe? No,
Yeah.
that was a different night, I think. Ray Volpe was totally a different night, but it was
who did we see that
some
night?
dubstep thing. I don't remember.
Venture Club maybe.
I honestly have no idea. I was drunk. I like don't remember
Bonnie
the
and
concert very
Clyde. I
much.
don't remember either. Yeah.
It was fun though. I remember I actually don't remember this. People told me this afterwards because I was drunk. But I was like, you were dancing on the dance floor, and I was like, that's my friend in the wheelchair. Or like some dumb shit. Like to randos that were like watching, like, this guy's killing him. I'm like, that's my friend. I know him.
I know that guy.
That was before Wheels to Walking. That's crazy.
That was super before Wheels to Walking.
Yeah, that was like the most fun night though, because I got like all my friends together, plus like people that I wanted to be better friends with. Like there was a lot of people there that were like aspirational friends, kind of, because I had them on the podcast.
Yeah, and I found it was cool. There was like different crews because your podcast is so diverse that there's multiple subgenres of people, and it was like, oh, like there's where all the fitness people are, and there's like where all the entrepreneur people are, and
A lot
like,
of people like met for the first time there, which is dope.
Yeah, I met Kat and Gabe for the first time there. I met a bunch of people there for the first time. Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, that was like the best night. And then like
I took my Polaroid there. My little Instax Mini. Great way to make friends, guys. I'm telling you, if you want to go to a party but you're like not sure how to make friends, get yourself a little instant camera and just walk up or roll up to people and be like, hey, are y'all friends? And they go, yeah. And you go, let me take a picture. Click, take the picture, hand him the picture, and while it's developing, just talk to him for a few minutes and then be like, all right, bye.
While the picture's developing, you're developing new relationships.
Also a great way to pick up chicks, just saying. Also a great way. Or girls, also a great way to pick up guys. Just saying. It's a great conversation starter that's super inexpensive.
Just saying.
Just saying.
And yeah, so this year I'm kind of like, what the heck do I do for my birthday? But yesterday I was thinking about it because it kind of snuck up on me. It wasn't one of those things that I was thinking about for a while. It was just
I forgot until Facebook reminded me this morning, and I was like, oh yeah, this is his birthday.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming up soon, but I just forgot. Like,
yeah, I mean, dude, Facebook's the only reason why I remember people's birthdays, honestly. And it's funny because I feel like Facebook has like died a little bit more recently. So the way that you find out is because like people post like reposts on their story of other people wishing them happy birthday. And you're like, oh shit, it's that guy's birthday. Or you like double check by going on Facebook and seeing. But anyways, yeah. So I was just like, what the heck do I do? But honestly, I was just like, I'm just going to do all my favorite things today. So this morning I woke up early. So I like doing that because it gets my day started. I mean, that's not really a thing to do, but I was like, I'm going to go to bed early and like wake up early. And I went to Kroger and bought a bunch of ice cream that I want to eat tonight because I'm like, I'm going to eat ice cream.
Is there any ice cream I can also have?
It's milk.
Do I have to bring my own ice cream? I got to bring mine. That's fine.
BYOIC, bro. And then I went to Starbucks and had like a giant ass coffee with like an extra shot of espresso. This
is the treat yourself birthday.
Oh, hell
this
yeah.
is the birthday.
Because what else am I supposed to do?
The birthday of treat yourself.
Then I went to the gym and hit a like gnarly ass chest day, my favorite day.
You got the pumps, bro.
Dude, it was good.
Got
it was like a really good one.
Boob gains.
Yeah, I got to grow those tats. And then
I've always wondered, girls with fake boobs that do like chest days, especially like benches, like they can't get full range of motion because their boobs are in the way.
You go below them, I think, a little bit.
Then it's like a decline press at that point.
I kind of go below my nipples.
I don't know.
I go,
I guess maybe they do incline. Yeah.
When you're a girl, I wouldn't really know because I don't have boobs. But when you're laying down, they kind of go up.
No, the fake
more.
boobs, the fake ones.
I understand, but I mean, gravity is still a thing.
Silicone boobs.
I understand, but I'm saying even if you have fake boobs, when you're standing, they're gonna sit lower than if you're laying on your stomach.
I feel like if you're like a lean girl, like a bodybuilder girl, like one that's it's not any fat at all, it's just all silicone. They kind of just stay in place.
I don't think that they're really worried that much because they already got the fake tit.
No, what I'm saying, to develop the pec underneath it, like there's got to be, like I wonder how, like what methods they use to develop the pec if they.
Dude, you can do all kinds of chest exercises, not bench.
Facts.
You can do one of those machines that's just a chest press that doesn't have a bar in the middle. It's the same exercise.
Facts.
But it's just, I don't
have
not
boobs.
a stabilization.
Just a thought.
Oh, you got boobs, bro. I got
pectora borealis, which is similar to the aurora borealis.
I think it's borealis.
Whatever. You know what I've realized? I have read a lot of words more than I've spoken them out loud. Mm-hmm. And then when I speak them out loud around people
are like, nah.
They're like, that's wrong. And I'm like, really? And they're like,
are you just subtly flexing how much you read?
No. I'm just saying how much I don't say words to people out loud.
I just read so much, and I just
remember.
don't talk
Remember
that
when
much.
I called Palisades?
I read way more than I talk.
Remember when I called Palisades Pale Sides or some shit like that? Yeah. And you're like, I'm sorry, what the fuck? Also, my handwriting is so bad. I have to read it to people. Like I write my girlfriend.
You sent me a picture of a Post-it note that you wrote on, and I literally had to read it like 4 times. You're like, can you help me with this? I'm like,
listen, uppercase and lowercase are completely random. Who knows if I'm going to give you an uppercase or a lowercase? I don't even know when I'm going to give you an uppercase or a lowercase. And it's so sloppy because I never was required to learn penmanship. So all of my typing is done with typing and texting. And it's like, if you were to read my handwriting, you would think I'm the dumbest person in the world.
Or you're a doctor.
Or I'm a doctor.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people have pretty bad handwriting. My mom homeschooled me like in the beginning and was like very anal about all that stuff. So like, I don't have the best handwriting, but it's not bad.
I just think about like pre-typewriter days, like handwriting was important in order to have correspondence with your business associates.
Even after typewriter, I mean, how often are you freaking whipping out a typewriter to like write a casual note?
Right, exactly. But it wasn't until the advent, at least for me, it wasn't until the advent of T9 texting was I like, yes, I'm free.
What age were you?
Probably like
13?
No, younger, 11, 12, 13 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was I never really fucked with T9 because my first phone had a full keyboard.
Oh yeah, T9 was the shit. T9 is
some
like,
of my friends had T9.
T9 is the OG one-handed texting.
It's the OG swipe texting because actually the company that invented the swipe texting, where you can like swipe around the letters, it was the same company that invented T9.
Oh, T9 is like with physical buttons though.
Yeah.
It's like because T9 was like predict text versus,
but it didn't predict anything really.
Sorta, because it's like number 2 was A, B, C, number 3 was D, E, F, and it's like you would just type in like 9537, and it's like that could be yes, that could be hi, that could be sup. It's like.
But you had to click it multiple times.
that was pre T9.
Oh yeah, because T9 you only had to click it once.
Yes, and then the phone would try
That's
to
what
and,
T9
and the phone would try to predict.
You're
what
right. I totally forgot about that.
And then you could select the prediction. It could usually predict down to 3 words or even 2 words.
And how did you cycle through the word star or something?
I don't remember, like left or right or up or down or center. Like there was some type of, but I like some Sprint, like Nokia Sprint phone. It was the
brick phone, the 9570 or something like that.
It was the next generation of the brick phone.
So it had Snake on it?
I did not have Snake, I don't think.
That's very sad.
No, it did have Snake, and it also was the very first phone that you could record your own ringtones with. And I had
that was a game changer. And you would like hold it up to the radio.
Yep.
You were like stoked when your song came on. And you would like record it up to the radio.
I recorded a 1,000-foot crutch intro, which was like, and I was like, hey everyone, look at how cool I am.
Did you have a ring back tone?
No, I hated those so much. Verizon Wireless did that, and everyone had the violin.
Oh, I know.
It's like, dude.
That was amazing. Thank you for that.
But it was the same one. Everyone had the same one.
Not me, fool. I had Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force as my ringback tone.
Hum it to me. Hum it to me.
You don't know Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force?
When you hum it to me, I'll probably know it. I just don't know the name.
It's the hardest song on Guitar Hero. If you ever played Guitar Hero.
Nah, I never really played
Guitar Hero. Okay, then you won't know the song.
Okay.
It's like a very, what genre is that? Speedcore metal? Like it's literally like.
I'm curious to know. Let me look.
Look up what genre Dragon Force is. It's like a 9-minute song where like 7 minutes of it is a double dueling guitar solo. They have 2 electric guitarists
and they're battling.
And they go back and forth. But
yo, speaking of,
I mean, it's like
battling.
even if I hummed the song to you, there's like I said, like 7 minutes of it.
You can't hum.
Yeah, I mean, I can sing the chorus. No, I could sing you the whole song.
Then do it. Let's hear it.
I know it by heart, but
It's like I think it's called power metal and progressive metal.
there we go.
That sounds right. Yeah.
They basically became famous because of Guitar Hero, but I was super into Guitar Hero at the time. And
did you ever do the drums too, or did you just do the guitar mostly?
Well, Rock Band was the first thing with drums,
and
then Guitar Hero had their own drums. I did
DDR for a little bit, like on a like an at-home mat, not the type of mats they have at the arcade.
The thing about the arcade ones that's nice is it has the handle.
Yeah, that you can hang on to.
You can hang on to
your feet
in
can
the
be
back.
more fast.
They can be faster.
Faster, yes.
Yeah, that's the word. But yeah,
more smarter and less stupider.
I didn't have a system when DDR was like good, was popular, but I played it at my friends' houses.
PlayStation 2 had just come out, I think.
I was always really into the games with extra peripherals. Like I had the DK bongo game, like for the GameCube, where you would like hit the little bongos to make them go, and you had to clap to make them jump. I had the Guitar Hero games with the guitars. I had at one point the drums.
Did you ever have a car racing game with like a steering wheel?
The Mario Kart with the steering wheel, and then
you like arcade games,
pretty much. And then I also had the Tony Hawk game where you had the actual skateboard. Really? And you would like lean on it and stuff. It was sick, actually. People hated that game. I loved that game. It was so fun to me because like I was too much of a pussy to actually skate, but I would like play that game and I like felt cool. It was super fun. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I was
Project 8. I think it was
into like bicycles
or maybe it was downhill jam
like bicycles and rollerblades because they were like more stuck to you versus skateboards. Like I did BMX, that was my shit, and then rollerblading.
Did you ever get into scooters? I was pretty big into scooters.
Only at my sister's college. Like when I'd go visit her, like at her college campus, I would take a scooter with me or like borrow a scooter.
Like a Razor scooter?
Just so I could zip around the campus.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, scooters are underrated, man. Like scooters are fun.
Yo, the scooter, first of all, I bought a second one for me and Jalila or for you or for anybody who comes and visits or a Nos. And I figured out like I'm gonna put bigger tires on it. I'm gonna get ankle weights like
for your wheelchair,
like 10-pound ankle weights to put on the front tire so it doesn't spin
anymore.
Like I cannot wait. I'm gonna buy like this cool helmet that's not like a full face like motorcycle helmet because I think that was way overkill. But a Nos had it available, so fuck it.
It's overkill, but it looks cooler than the kinds that are just like dorky bike helmets,
like a ProTech.
Yeah. Remember the helmet? Remember when we did the lunch money video and I had to wear that dorky ass helmet when I was riding in the slingshot?
Oh, yeah.
And Corey turns to you and goes, "I can't take that dude seriously right now."
he goes, I can't take him seriously right now.
I was like flying the drone and being like, okay, guys, so you're going to go down that way. I'm going to catch you this way and I'll chase you. And he turns to Richard. He's like, I can't take him seriously wearing that fucking helmet.
Right now, yeah.
I look like such a dork. You can see me in the drone footage. Like, I don't think I included it in the video, but you can see me.
Where you
and
like
I look
do a
like
flyby or
such
something.
a dweeb, dude. I'm like wearing one of those helmets that's like, basically like a football helmet with no mask in the front. So like my face is kind of squished and there's nothing covering my chin.
Like a 50s or 60s motorcycle
yes,
helmet. Yeah.
Yes, like it covers the ears, so like your face is like squished in there, and you're like,
you're double cheeked up.
okay, guys, what we're gonna do? And then you got the strap underneath, so your chin is like fucked up.
You got a double chin and double cheeks. Yeah.
Oh my god, double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon, bro. That dump truck.
Yo,
but yeah, that was funny. What kind of helmet did you get?
it's one by a brand called 1000. It is
one of those collapsible ones.
No, I would consider it a helmet that you're not embarrassed to wear. Like it looks cool. Like it looks like they got cool design. It's got a cool shape. It's got a cool strap. It's got a little like bill on it, so it kind of looks like a hat. Like it's
a baseball helmet.
Anti-theft where kinda, but a lot cooler. A lot cooler.
Has a bill on it.
Where like you can take the lock that you put like through your bike, you can hook it through the helmet, so you don't have to carry your helmet with you. You can lock you can lock your helmet to your bike, which is pretty cool, man. Like, so we'll see what happens. I'm just ready to like mob around all summer. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna just
I'm
gonna
stoked
just
you got a second one because now we can roll together. That'll be sick.
Just for fun, man. We can just be like, yo, you can go do a cruise, yes, and just like
and
go
you
zoom
can bring
around.
it to like the Beltline. If you have a third person, they can just rent a bird or something.
Exactly.
Totally sick. Yeah, that's dope. That video was really fun. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. We made a scooter attachment with like a bird scooter. Basically.
Not only was it fun to shoot, it was fun to make, and now I've got like a sick toy. Like I've got the coolest toy in the fucking neighborhood now. Like,
do you think you're ever gonna buy like a legit one that like has a real attachment or whatever? Or I mean, that basically serves the right purpose.
I mean, if some company wants to like pay me to make a video about it, and as a part of
Baytech, what up?
Yeah, Baytech.
Whoever else, Firefly, whatever that thing's called. I don't know.
I like the Baytech the best. That's it. Yeah.
Dude, apparently someone in the comments was like, yo, you need to flash the thing and remove the governor so you can go 25.
Yeah, and cut my battery in half even more. It's like top speed isn't everything.
It's like I can't get traction as it is, so fuck you.
Yeah, why am I trying to like do donuts for all the way up to 25, burnouts to 25 miles an hour and kill my battery even more?
It was cool though because I saw some comments in the YouTube comments of the video that were saying like, how did you shoot this? And that was exactly like the vibe that I wanted to get because I was hanging out the car, but I intentionally always like cropped in if the car was ever in any part of the frame because I wanted there to be kind of like mystery of like how we got those shots because some of them were like pretty sick.
We had an assistant basically. We had a buddy of mine that I was like, hey, you want to come out and help us with this video? He was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, yo, drive. So yeah.
There's one part in the footage where I was like arguing with you about like being in the backseat, hanging out the car.
Yes.
Dude, because in the backseat I had to stand versus in the other one I could sit.
Yeah,
because the window was like this much higher, so I couldn't just sit in the seat and hang out the window. I had to be like standing and leaning over a piece of glass.
It was
the window's smaller.
Fun video, dude. It was so much fun, man. Like, and what's even crazier is this week's video is gonna be even
sicker,
more badass, bro.
It was the most fun video we've done for sure.
Not only the most fun video to shoot, but to like experience, and I'm hooked. I'm addicted, dude. I cannot wait to go back and do it again. Like,
yeah, we did a go-karting video. It's gonna be dope.
And we're not talking like a go-kart you rent. Like these are racing go-karts from people that race in
like the one that you were driving goes like 70, 80 miles an hour.
The one I was driving probably goes 50, maybe 55. I don't know. The one that the other guy was driving was going 90. Mine was
crazy.
Mine was a 9 horsepower. Next time they go out, they want to put me in a 15 horsepower, but the one he was driving was 32 horsepower.
In a go-kart, dude.
So we had one of our
weighs nothing.
Yeah.
You're
the
literally
power to weight ratio is like twice as much as a Bugatti.
The weight is you. like you're the biggest factor. The power to weight ratio is the same as a Bugatti.
It's like twice as much as a Bugatti. Like
holy
you have
shit.
like pounds per horsepower is like the power to weight ratio is
that's
insane.
What like is
that's
so
why motorcycles are fast. Motorcycles have like 150 horsepower but can go like 200 miles an hour because the power to weight ratio is so low.
I mean, you're riding an engine and wheels.
Basically.
Like you're sacrificing all the protection for weight loss, basically.
Yeah, it's really cool. We got to experiment with some developmental hand controls that are being developed right now by this company. And the another guy who took us out there is Brandon, the guy. He's one of the founder of iAccess Life, which you guys know because it's a podcast sponsor.
The podcast.
And then we also had our friend Mr. Steele come out, who is a professional drone pilot. So he got to chase us with his drone that goes 100 miles an hour or some stupid speed. He got to chase us. So like we got, dude, the coolest footage you have ever, like I thought that this video, the scooter video, was going to go kind of viral, maybe hit a trending page, like go through suggestions, which is weird that it hasn't, because if you look at the click-through rate of the thumbnail, it's over 10%. If you look at the watch time, it's over 50%. If you look at like all of the analytical parameters for YouTube to start suggesting the video, it should be in people's suggestions.
I hate to say it,
but
but I have a bad feeling that it was because we launched it at like 9 p.m. Because like we have a large audience overseas and they're asleep. You know, like, because I was sitting there all day, I'm like, why hasn't he posted? And he posted at 9 p.m. I'm like,
I agree. 9:15 was a bit late, I think. Yeah. But this was my strategy. This was my thought. In the U.S., we've got most of the following actually comes from the U.S. More than 50% is from the U.S.
Yeah.
And I want to try to, I was attempting to do something that was East Coast and West Coast at the same time, because 9 o'clock here is 6 o'clock there. And I was trying, and then, you know, obviously we've got the other time zones available. And I just wanted to try to hit like a 9 o'clock. So it was like 8 o'clock in the Midwest, 7 o'clock on Mountain, 6 o'clock on West Coast, so that everyone could have a video for their evening.
I mean, here's the thing though. It's like a video for your evening. A lot of times I'll see a video that pops up in the morning, but I don't watch it till the evening. But that's fine, because sometimes I do watch it right when it comes out. You know what I mean? Like I think I'm
just working on different launching strategies.
I know,
but
I think that we're fucking
experiment.
around with the times so much that people don't have a routine. Like I remember when Casey was uploading at 8 a.m. every day, I had a specific time that I would always watch his video.
Like
and it was when I was eating breakfast.
Yeah.
And if he uploaded later, it threw off my time, and then maybe I would even miss the video. I wouldn't watch it until a certain time. I think we just need to get consistent, because then people will have a routine of, oh, on Tuesday, Richard always posted this time, and that means I'm doing this, or that means I'm going to add it to my watch later, and I'll watch it tonight, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
I can argue with that.
We're always...
I can agree with that.
Jumping around. So it's like, we always post on Tuesday now. It was Wednesday, but now that we're always on Tuesday, I think we just, COVID we were trying to different times and stuff, but I think just posting in the morning, I think is like ideal, because it gives it the most time, and then waiting maybe
until
with
like
Instagram.
6 at Instagram.
Because Instagram gives it an extra boost.
And Instagram pops at night.
Because here's the other thing is, for me, a lot of times, like creators that I follow a lot, I'll see the notification on my YouTube when I'm doing something, and then I'll forget about it. And then I'll see their Instagram post about it later, or I'll see their community tab thing about it later, or I'll see their YouTube story about it later. And then I go, oh yeah, I did want to watch that. And then I go watch it again. And then I go, so it's like, it's kind of like that idea of like sales. It's like you don't buy until like the 7th touch point.
We used to do a lot of where it was like YouTube first, and then, or like YouTube and the email list first, and then we would do Instagram, and then it wasn't until like almost sometimes the next day that we would do Facebook.
I mean, that's all you.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm always trying to. This is my dilemma, and it's a constant strategy. Like I'm always trying to figure out when is the best time to launch on YouTube, when is the best time to put it on Facebook, when is the best time to put it on Instagram, when is the best time to send it out on the email list, and I've been experimenting with doing it all at the same time. I've been experimenting with Instagram main feed, Instagram story, YouTube, Facebook, email, all at the same time. Just kind of like blasting it out to everybody.
In theory makes sense, because then you're getting like a big blast at the beginning.
And multiple notifications in multiple different areas.
I think in reality, people need a few more reminders. So maybe launching the YouTube video, so all the hardcore homies hit it up right away. They're not going to need the email or the Instagram or the Facebook.
Same thing with the patrons.
Them.
The patrons get it quick, dude.
Yeah. And then basically then doing those other things to like trickle in views throughout the day to keep it going, versus just trying to like blast it all at one time and hope everyone remembers throughout the rest of the day. Because I think like launching it at night kind of sets yourself up to lose because throughout the night, you're going to get less viewers. And then by that point, by the next morning when viewership picks up again, YouTube's like, this video is already 8 hours old and it's not doing that great. So then they like,
it's doing good. I'm really proud of it.
It's doing fine.
I'm doing good. It's proud of it. We are, one of the things we're learning, and thanks to Mr. Steele who kind of taught us this, is that if you can have 10% of your subscribership on views, you're doing good.
Yeah.
So as long as we're getting more than, 8,000 views per video in a week, we're good. That's not something to complain about.
Yeah, we're almost at 80K. Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close, getting there. But yeah, the new video is going to be dope.
We just need one more video to hit a trending page and give us another big boost. Really.
I was listening to Mr. Steele. I was listening to H3's podcast that they did with Mark Rebier. Do you know who he is? He's the improv singing guy. Anyways, he's hilarious.
Oh yeah, that guy.
So funny. Yeah, I've definitely shown you a couple of his clips.
Yes.
But
you have.
He was on H3 and he was talking about how he has his biggest following on Facebook, actually. And it's funny because I follow him on Facebook, and that's where I see a lot of his stuff because the shareability aspect. His stuff is just so funny.
Shareable, yeah.
And also on Reddit, he popped off really hard. And Ethan was like, dude, sometimes on Reddit, you'll post one video and people downvote it into oblivion, and then you post the same exact video the next day and it hits the front page. It's so random how
the internet
works.
is very finicky. The internet is very finicky.
And so it's kind of it might not be that the video wasn't the right video. It's just maybe it wasn't the right time or the right people saw it first or it didn't hit exactly how we wanted or whatever. And so, yeah, it's just got to be that perfect storm sort of.
And that's the hard part about.
That's how you get that viral aspect.
There's no recipe. There's no one place where you can go to get all the information.
And shit, this video could go viral in 5 months. We've had videos that explode after 5-6 months.
Yeah. Out of nowhere. It's
YouTube,
hey, we're going to show this to everyone now.
YouTube all of a sudden is just here you go. And it's just okay, I guess. Cool.
I think I also got a little bit of conspiracy where I think their YouTube is only pushing videos that make them money because YouTube is desperate for money.
That's
right
not
now.
A conspiracy. That's 100% true.
Because why
would they do anything else?
Our income has dropped by 90% on YouTube. 90%. 90.
That's a lot.
90%. That is
90.
Yeah, I'm emphasizing it because it's so extreme. Could you imagine if your paycheck got cut by 90%? But
I think a lot of people can't imagine that because of COVID.
Facts. Okay. Some people.
Can you imagine if you stop making money? Oh wait, everyone's furloughed.
That's not what I mean. It's imagine still doing your job. Imagine still doing your job and doing it to the best of your ability and working your ass off day in and day out, hours and hours and hours and hours, and they go, "Oh, we're gonna just pay you 10% of your paycheck."
Yeah.
Jesus gets more. We're gonna tithe. It's okay.
Yeah. Speaking of COVID, though, Georgia's opened back up pretty significantly.
Georgia, Florida, and Texas, man. And people are swarming here. I was talking to someone just the other day and oh yeah, all my friends from Detroit are here in Atlanta partying now. And I'm like, ooh.
I saw Arizona's pretty open too.
Out of state people.
I knew people were going to party in Scottsdale. Arizona is pretty popular.
Yeah, Arizona. Yeah, it's very interesting. When we did this karting video, granted, it was the first weekend it was open, but it was Memorial Day weekend. It was I was on the Saturday though. Mm-hmm. It was at kind of basically a private country club kind of thing, and it was during members only time. But there wasn't a lot of people there, so we were social distancing. We were staying safe. I was wiping down things and sanitizing my hands and washing it and whatever. But for the most part, I was focused on having fun. I wasn't really thinking too much about COVID.
I didn't think about COVID one single time when I was there.
Except
for when I went to the bathroom and there were signs please wash your hands and stay 6 feet. I'm oh yeah, that exists right now.
Yeah, it did feel a little bit strange because it's also it's outside of the city. It's a bit more of a rural area. So again, rural areas are not the same as cities. So people are less relaxed in rural areas anyway. But it was interesting. I didn't feel like I was doing anything bad, but
you were.
I was maybe.
But
I don't know.
Were. No, we weren't really social. You said we were social distancing, but that means staying 6 feet away from everyone. We were definitely not doing that.
I guess what I meant by that is we weren't a part of a crowd. I interacted with maybe 3 or 4 people within touch. I basically only touched 3 or 4 people. Or was in close proximity to a couple of people.
Yeah, true that. But
And every, like fist bump afterwards, I was like, okay, get my hand sanitizer. Let me just wipe this down.
yeah.
I had my little wipes with me. I was wiping down my phone and my push rims and, just doing my best not to like share stuff or whatever.
Yeah. But I was thinking about it earlier. I'm like, I'm pretty much back in my routine. I mean, besides like being able to like go to a concert or something, I'm pretty...
Yeah, I mean, gym, grocery store, I only really go to your house or Julia's house.
The only place that I was missing during quarantine was the gym.
And now the gym's
I was
back,
able
basically.
to go to the grocery store. And that's all I go to. Dude, I just hit 1,000 miles on my car yesterday. Like, I got it in February.
Road trip. You
Yeah.
need to burn some miles into that car, baby.
No, I'm going to save those miles, bro. I'm going to get that.
Can you get a refund for driving less miles?
So I am leasing my car. I talked about this a little bit. So I basically, I can put 36,000 miles on it over the 3 years that I own it or that I have it. And if I'm under, some dealerships will work with you where you can basically come back and say like, dude, I've got 20,000 miles on it. You're saying the car is worth this much, but actually I know it's worth this much because it has way less miles. You can either give me money back.
Yeah.
You can either give me money back, or I'll just do the buyback option and then go immediately sell it for like $7,000 more than the buyback is worth. Because the buyback is part of the contract. Like they're gonna let me buy that car at the end of the term for $14,000. I'm pretty confident that my car is going to be worth
like
more
17
than
or 18. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'll just be able to immediately like go flip it for like $4,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Who knows? But either way, I'm stoked about it because now I've got extra miles. If I do need to do like some big trips or anything like that, or if I start driving more, I'll be able to have some buffer zone.
Hold that and tell me if there's anything in it.
Well, I know because I've drank in these before, but it feels like there's something in it, but you look in the bottom and it's like this little capsule.
It's a little hockey puck, basically.
And I never realized that when you used to give me those, and I'd always think there was more. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these cans?
Trying to drink it, yeah. Hold on. ASMR.
AJ's like, give me the can.
I want
to feel the can.
Oh, here. Well, then I ain't moving from my seat. You can grab it.
Wow, that was the first time that's ever happened on the podcast. Wow, that was amazing.
You might have saw my hand, guys. So
Holy shit. Well, we definitely have seen AJ's face in the Zoom podcasts. But
yo, AJ, there was a couple of times you forgot to cut. You forgot to cut your own face off, and people are like, "Who's the guy digging for gold?"
Yeah, dude. I'm a dingus.
Hey,
you're literally just sitting there chilling in the corner, like just fucking going at it.
And here's the thing. You played yourself.
Yeah, you're the one who did it. It's your edit.
At the end of the day, it's my fault.
You edited the video. It's on you. You did it to yourself.
It's one thing if you were doing it. It's another thing that you were the one including it. So
I don't know. I guess I was just trying to embarrass myself.
Hey, you know what? I don't care.
It's one of those things that's like it's a fuck up, but not. It's just funny.
It's just funny.
It's just funny.
I thought it was funny.
It's funny.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, if you're not embarrassed by it, who cares? But anyways, everyone picks their nose, and if you don't, you're a liar or a psycho. Anyways,
it's like there's two kind of people in this world: those that pee in the shower and liars.
Yup, exactly. There's two types of people in this world: people who eat their. I'm just kidding. I was gonna go something gross, but
well, what's something funny is I keep being like really weirdly like pre-injury sentimental towards stuff recently where I'm like, man, I wish I could just like change my clothes fast. Like, cause I see Jalila, like she swaps her clothes every time she goes to a new environment. She changes. Like she's always in and out of different clothes.
I do that too.
And
I'm a big thing with shoes. I change my shoes all the time.
And then even like the other day I was like, we were like in bed about to go to sleep and I'm like, ugh, I can't just fall asleep right now. Like I have to get up and like do my night routine and like brush my teeth and like put in my oral appliance and like, change out of these clothes. And it's like a whole like 30-minute ordeal. And I'm like, ugh, I miss just being able to just like lay down on the floor and pass out. And then even so, another one is like, what made me think about this is peeing in the shower. Dude, I don't pee in the shower, but you know how much I miss peeing in the shower? Pee in the shower, get that warm water on you. You feel all nice and then you just let it flow.
Yeah. It's glorious.
I miss peeing in the shower, dude.
I peed in the shower earlier, and I wasn't even at my house.
You were in the gym, which is even gross.
Dude, pee is sterile, bro. I don't care.
You better aim in the drain.
Oh, I do. I'm not a gross person. And also my pee is very clear.
And not let it spatter on the fucking
I'm not going to lie, dude. I pee in the gym shower, and I don't care who knows.
You got to pee straight into the drain.
Yeah, I go like, No, I you know what's funny, actually, is that's like while I'm letting the water for the shower warm up, I always pee into the drain.
You know what? You've just shown your hand, man, because now that means if I ever want to prank you, all I have to do is put your hand in some warm water and you'll start pissing on yourself. Like if you're sleeping at night, if I put your hand in warm water, you'll pee yourself.
I'm not touching the water.
No, but I'm saying the heat, the warm water. Warm water, if you're someone who pees in the shower, a trigger for you, warm water, pee. So if
I'm telling you that I'm peeing in the shower while I'm not standing in the water. I'm waiting for it to warm up.
Well, I'll still try it. When we're on a trip next time, I'll get you. I'll get you. I'll prank you. Speaking of pranks, this is random off topic. Yo, why are lesbians the best prankers? Lesbians pranking other lesbians is the funniest shit ever.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, or if I have, I didn't know that they were a lesbian. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just saw a video the other day, and it reminded me a lot of my like lesbian friends and how they always and they always fuck with each other, and like there's just something about like, I don't know, lesbians have a uniform. Like they'll wear like Vans and like jeans and like a carabiner and a t-shirt and a hat and like Ray-Bans.
What? That's like when people go,
my lesbian friends taught me that. My lesbian friends taught me what the lesbian uniform was because I kept hitting on lesbians and didn't know it.
True. But I know a lot of lesbians don't dress like that. But that's like saying like, dude, all people with plastic surgery look fucked up. It's like, yeah, because you're only noticing the fucked up ones. The people with good plastic surgery, you think they're normal. It's like the people, true. That's the lesbian uniform. It's like, yeah, because they're like super lesbians. They're wearing that. But there's also probably a lot of people that are lesbian that aren't wearing the uniform lesbian. And you just don't know they're lesbians.
The point I was trying to get
that's
is
like
those,
the gay dudes that are like super gay.
like Queen,
and then there's some guys that are just gay and like look very... not gay.
Yeah, I guess the point I'm saying is like the type of lesbians that I'm talking about are like dude bro lesbians, like the ones that drink beer and go hatchet throwing.
I think the word you're looking for is dyke.
I think that's derogatory. I don't know.
And I said it.
I don't know. It sounds like it's a bad word.
I'm giving you the opportunity to confirm or deny that was the word you were looking for.
No, that's not the word I was looking for.
Well, I said it. Anyways, doesn't matter.
I guess butchy lesbian. That's more what I'm thinking. Like more like a butchy.
And obviously we love. We're not being mean. Like, you know, I love lesbians. I have a lot of lesbian friends.
We take the piss out of everybody around here. Like,
yeah, no shit.
Like, don't.
I roast Richard on the daily.
That's it, dude. Honestly, that's one of my favorite things about getting close relationships with people is that they're comfortable shit talking me and making fun of me. Because honestly, being disabled, no one fucking like roasts you anymore. They're just like too nice to you all the time. And like, I love it when my friends
they're dancing around the subject.
What was it the other day? Like you
oh my god! Yes! Wait, first AJ has the definition of dyke.
I have like a little small story. So when I typed it in,
was so funny.
I'm gonna say it.
When I typed it in, I put DIKE, and then the definition said, and then the definition said, "This is for the idiot who can't spell dyke." So I just smiled and spelled it right.
AJ's dyslexic for people that don't know, so that's even funnier.
AJ's dyslexic and I can't do handwriting, so could you imagine if I was trying to handwrite a note to him?
Jesus Christ, that's funny.
No,
but was the definition anything good?
It says it used to be a slur, but it has reclaimed its
been
meaning.
reclaimed by the. It's kind of. I feel like it's kind of like the N-word. It's like if you are black, you can say it. It's like if you are lesbian, you can call each other dyke. It's like a term of endearment, but if other people say it, maybe it's more offensive. I don't know.
I think that might also do like people in the disabled community have been like taken back like gimp and like cripple and like stuff like that. I don't know. I don't really call yourself whatever you want to fucking call yourself, but like
exactly,
it's all about context. And
don't get offended for other people.
Yeah,
just be yourself.
It's all about. Well, I mean, I think about that. I was listening to. It has to do with a lot of divide too. Like I think the word midget isn't acceptable at all. I think that's not cool. It's like it's to dwarfs or little people, it's the equivalent of the N-word, I guess.
Even dwarfism in saying someone is a dwarf is weird too to me. It's like that reminds me of freaking Yellow Brick Road shit too.
But I think it's interesting because like if you talk to a dwarf or a little person, sometimes they'll just be like, "Oh, just call me midget," and you're like, "Wait, what?" In the same way that people with disabilities will be like, "Oh, just call me cripple," but like,
"What's up, my midget?"
But there's other people that are crippled that don't like being called that. It just depends. Like
agreed. It's just like anyone else. Like some people might be offended by you calling them bitch, and then some people might think it's a term of endearment. Like everyone is everyone. You can't put a blanket statement on anyone.
Yeah, it's all about personal.
But I gotta tell the joke that I told you.
Dude, okay, this was so funny. We came up with. You came up with the joke, and you pretty much like asked if it would be funny, and I was like, "Yeah, that would be fucking hilarious."
So I was basically like, "Yo, Richard, has anyone ever like made fun of the fact that you like fell in a hole when you got like
that I
injured.
fell in a 50-foot hole, and that's what paralyzed me.
Richard, everyone listening probably knows, but you fell down a 50-foot hole into a parking deck. And I was like, has anyone ever used that as like an insult towards you? Like,
and I was like, no, but that would be good if they did.
And I go, man, you're so dumb. You fell into a hole.
It was something. We were bickering about something. You're like, man, that sounds like something someone who fell into a hole would say.
Yeah, and then I just kept whipping it out, and we were just dying laughing. It's like, dude, you're so fucking dumb. You fell into a hole. Like, how did you see that hole, bro? You were jogging, you fell into a goddamn hole. Like, and it's so fucked up because that's like the most traumatic incident of your life. And like, if someone was like not close to you, you'd be like, what the fuck, dude?
And I remember seeing security cam footage from like a building nearby of me falling in the hole.
There's a video of it?
Yeah, it's I can't get into details, but I had to replay it frame by frame and explain it to some people what I was thinking frame by frame. And I remember that like reignited a lot of my my trauma. And like and after that, I remember my addiction ramped up really bad because I was so like overwhelmed with like reliving one of the worst things that ever happened to me. But
and you remember the whole thing.
Yeah, so. But now through years of therapy and personal development work and it doesn't hurt, it doesn't sting anymore. It's just like it's funny now to me. But I think that's obviously
you've mourned the loss already. You can like joke about it, kind of.
I mean, that's kind of the like catharsis of it all, is being able to just like take something that was horrible and like
you're and that's the whole point. It's like the close friends can joke about that type of shit because like they're close to you and they know like the weight of it, so they're not just like poking fun and like it's hitting you while you're down. They're like just being silly.
Yeah, it's like goofy, it's cheesy, it's funny, like it's.
But it was just funny because I'm like, has anyone ever used that as an insult? And you're like, no.
I was like, I don't think anyone would ever like
stoop that low.
Leave it to Andrew. That would be like, that's the equivalent of like, say someone is paralyzed from a gunshot. Be like, man, you're so slow, you couldn't dodge a bullet. It's like, damn, man. But it's like,
I don't know if anyone can, but yeah.
But if it's like, if it's your homie and you're like trying to cross the street and he's taking too slow, it's like, come on, man, you're going so slow, you couldn't even dodge a bullet. And it's like, that's how they got like paralyzed or whatever.
True.
But you have to know them.
Barely works because no one can dodge a bullet. But
I
feel
you. It's not perfect. I'm not a comedian like you, Andrew.
It's not. It's okay. It's okay. I was gonna think of another injury that's even more like fucked up that you could have avoided. I'm like, I'm just not gonna go there. Anyways, yeah, crazy times. Things are opening back up. Life's getting kind of back to normal.
For us in our states, though, because there's people in different countries. There's people in different states. I think in California now, there's
people in other countries.
I know. It's
I didn't know anyone lived in other places. I thought everyone just fucking lived in Atlanta.
I guess Ventura right now, Ventura, California opened up, so everyone.
Stage 1.
Yeah,
so
everyone.
So did San Diego.
Everyone from every county in the whole state basically came to Ventura. So it was like 8 million people in this one little area from all around. So it's like.
Yeah, I mean, that's the weird thing about it. If you're going to open up one little area, everyone's going to flock to it that wants to get out. That's fine, whatever. Just don't be dumb. But I was looking at an article and they were saying like there was a slight uptick in like Georgia COVID numbers, but like not anything significant. Like we were like on the decline, but it went up a tiny bit in the past, like since it's been open, but not anything notable. Like it was like just as low,
a low bump.
And I think that means that we did the job of flattening the curve. I mean, that was the whole point, right?
Just don't overwhelm the hospital system.
Like we don't have vaccines yet. We don't have a cure for it yet. So like we'll all chill and let's flatten the curve. And if it gets bad again, maybe we'll have to quarantine again. But like in the meantime,
that's the thing.
Let's try to get things back going.
I think it's gonna ebb and flow for sure.
10 weeks or more. How long was it? Like
about 10 weeks.
Yeah,
March
10 weeks.
March 13.
And it's like we got to get back to it at some point. I mean, I in the beginning, it was kind of a sketchy thing. Like we were all kind of thinking like, Brian Kemp is kind of off his rocker here. He's not listening to science, but it's kind of panned out. And like some other places, like my friend who was living in Valencia in Spain, like they had a strict 9-week lockdown where they weren't even allowed to exercise. They weren't allowed to go out at all.
New Zealand beat it, but that's because it's a small country on a fucking island.
Yeah, but now everything's open. Like they don't have to like wear masks. They're like doing normal shit. Restaurants are open. I think they are still wearing masks to like go shopping and stuff, but like they had a strict lockdown.
We should reach out to Andre and see what's going on. He would know.
Well, I was talking about Spain.
No, I'm talking about New Zealand.
I know you changed the subject, but anyways.
Yes, Andre, if you're listening,
I'm talking about Spain, and you go, well, we'll have to talk to Andre to know, and I'm like,
oh, because I mentioned New Zealand.
I know.
Forgive me.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yo, okay. You know what I was thinking? So I posted up a post in the Facebook group, and I was like,
you posted a post?
Yes, I posted a post in the Facebook group, and I was like, hey everyone, like looking for good or bad feedback, whatever. And someone mentioned about how sometimes we bunny trail and don't finish topics, which is like, duh, that's podcasting. But I was thinking about we can make a segment called like unfinished thoughts, where like at one point in the episode we could just spend like 5 or 10 minutes just like completing our thoughts from the previous episodes
if we remember.
Well, that's the thing, we'd have to rely on people in the group to be like, hey, there was this one part where you talked about this one thing and I wish you guys would have elaborate more. Then we could
let us know if you got anything.
We'll definitely read those and elaborate.
If you got anything where you're like, yo, you stopped talking about this or whatever. But
yeah, and most of the time, like, I appreciate all your positive feedback, guys, because that's, like, cool, like, to let us know that what we're doing, but, like, I'm the kind of person that always wants to improve by hearing critical feedback. Like, I love when people give me the beans, but for good reasons.
When people flick your bean?
Yes.
For good reason?
Yes.
I think a lot of people have been doing that in quarantine. Mm-hmm. We've got like 40 minutes left. I kind of want to skip the SpaceX stuff.
Yeah, we were going to talk about the launch, but honestly, don't.
It hasn't happened yet.
It still hasn't happened.
It was just like, it was going to happen, but it's a big thing because they're launching real people into space. It's the first time it's happened in the United States in a long ass time, which is exciting. Astronauts in space is always cool, but it got postponed.
I think we should talk about your thoughts on Giphy.
Ooh, yeah, let's talk about that real fast.
Let's do that. Let's do some Giphy talk.
Giphy, the company that is like the leading company for GIFs, there's a couple. There's one called Tenor that's pretty big. iMessage uses them pretty heavily. But
which one does Apple use?
I just said iMessage uses Tenor.
Oh, wow.
That's Apple.
Not paying attention. My bad.
Yeah, Tenor, Tenor. They partner with a lot of companies. But the way that these GIF companies make money is they partner with like television studios and like movies and stuff, and they do like live gifing. So like, during the Oscars, people will like tweet out like random people's reactions in the form of a GIF. That's because like an employee at Giphy is like on the clock during the Oscars, like gifing the best moments and then like spreading them, putting them on the official Oscars Giphy page, and then people share them, or the Oscars tweets it and then a bunch of people retweet it or whatever.
There's going to be a time in the future where we communicate almost exclusively with emojis and GIFs.
I don't know about that. I think voice texting will still be big.
I like voice text. It's like voicemails without having to call people.
Yeah.
So nice.
I mean, the whole point of texting is so you don't have to talk, but like, I don't know. I don't think there's ever going to be a time where we're exclusively doing it through pictures, but...
I mean, we're not going to be doing the Egyptian hieroglyphics. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, like...
Why do you think we would progress that way?
I mean, look at any Facebook comment thread. Like, people use GIFs as a part of...
Yeah, but you can't have a nuanced opinion through GIFs.
Well, of course. That's what I'm saying. It's like GIFs and emojis are a good way to get a general point across, like a general reaction.
I agree. I think that they'll become more prevalent, but I don't think it'll be the most common form.
We'll see. Who knows? Maybe.
You said at some point we think we're going to be exclusively through emojis and GIFs. I don't think so.
Well, I mean, there's going to be a generation, I think, like, not like his kids, for example. When AJ's 50, his kids are going to be,
AJ's not that far behind. But yeah,
doing something.
I agree to a level, and I use GIFs a shit ton. I think it's always a good, like, response when you don't really know what to say. You can always just like give them like a good reaction GIF.
Is this another power move by Facebook? Is this another? Is this?
Well, yeah. So Facebook bought Giphy. That's the whole.
Is this
story.
Another Facebook buys Instagram, gives Instagram stories to kill Snapchat move? Like, is this another one of those moves?
Well, that's always the move in tech. You either buy things or get bought.
Well, same thing with WhatsApp. Like, the reason why Messenger is so dope is because they just bought WhatsApp, right?
No, Messenger was good before, and WhatsApp is completely separate than Messenger. But they didn't really integrate everything because like WhatsApp was fully encrypted. Messenger has never been encrypted. But the whole thing is like Facebook is realizing that GIFs are super popular on their platform, and Instagram is owned by Facebook, and Instagram is one of the main places where people use GIFs, and one of the only places where GIF stickers are being used. And so I'm sure that they've been trying to acquire them for some time and probably just holding out on an acquisition and a big enough number, because it's actually crazy.
400 million, was it?
I don't know, AJ, can you check that?
Yeah.
I didn't see a number, but
For what exactly?
how much did Facebook buy Giphy for? I don't know if it was public, but
I swear I saw somewhere it was 400 million.
Yeah, I don't think they need to publicly disclose it, but they don't have to because it's not publicly traded. But yeah, Giphy as a company already wasn't really necessarily making money. They had some cash flow, but they
owned the game, especially in Instagram stories.
They owned the game on Instagram stories and Snapchat stories. And yeah,
I like Giphy GIFs better than any GIFs I found anywhere else. If I can't find a GIF on Giphy, then I just or on my iMessenger, if I can't find a GIF through there, I just search for what GIF I'm looking for, and Giphy always has it. Giphy has a huge, high quality library.
Yeah.
So they reportedly paid $400 million for Giphy.
Nice, you were right. Yeah, that's pretty hefty. Congrats to all the people on Giphy's team and all that shit.
Especially the stockholders that just had 2% equity that just ran off with fucking $1 million to buy a house.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it was there was owners of the founders and owners. I don't think it was publicly traded.
Right, but even if it's not publicly traded, you can still have equity.
Yeah,
in it.
For sure.
If there's some developer that's been working for.
Yeah, they might have equity, but yeah, the congrats to everyone at Giphy. That's a big deal. But yeah, it's definitely one of those moves that I think is probably ultimately going to be better. I'm curious to see what happens with all the creator involvement, because I was pretty big on doing GIF stuff, and then they kind of tightened things down a bit and made it not as easy to get approved.
You had found a way to finesse your way around it, and you got proper paying clients, and your proper paying clients have GIFs that have millions and millions of views.
I mean, my GIFs have been seen over 1 billion times.
Your
my
face,
personal GIFs. Granted, there's a lot of GIFs on my channel that weren't necessarily just me, but I mean, still
are the Wheels to Walking GIFs
on its own channel?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
The Wheels to Walking GIFs are on its own channel. I can see how many of those have been viewed. But
which, by the way, if you guys don't know, we had GIFs. We got GIFs.
Yeah, people are how do I find the Wheels to Walking GIFs? I'm
type in Wheels to Walking.
What do you think? What do you think? Type in Wheels to Walking. That's a good try.
Dude, I hate it when people message me questions like that. When it's
dumbest questions.
It's it took you more time to type me this message than it would be to do your own fucking research. you typing in, hey man, how do you da 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 da? And it's type that into the search bar inside of YouTube, and guess what's going to be there? My video that will teach you exactly what you just asked.
That was when people were how do you find your podcast? It's Google my name.
It's did you ever type in your name?
Did you see the Shorty Awards put a GIF of you guys winning the award on their Giphy page?
No fucking way.
No, really?
That's sick.
That's serious.
That's awesome. Is it a GIF sticker or just a regular GIF?
Ooh, watch
out for that can. That's so funny. What did you type? Wheels to Walking and it came up?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Cool.
Yeah, the official Wheels to Walking Giphy page has 37 million GIF views. It's a lot.
Our YouTube has 8.1 million views.
Yeah, but a view is
a loop.
So no. Loops don't count. So if
it's a use.
No. So if you search Wheels to Walking, so for example, I searched the Wheels to Walking channel right here, and I've got all these GIFs playing. This counts as a view. This counts as a view, this counts as a view, this counts as a view, this. So right now I'm viewing 6 GIFs because they're all on my screen. If you search on Instagram stories and you search for the GIFs, it'll count for multiple views of different GIFs because people are just seeing them. So it's not the uses, it's the views on it. So it's not by loops though. So if you just keep watching the same GIF over and over and over, that's only counting as one GIF unless you reload the page. So anyways, the views are pretty accurate. But I'm sure they're inflated.
I had to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb if someone was texting me.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of birthday texts because I'm popular as shit.
Yo, side note, on the last leg of this podcast might have some really terrible background noise. I got some neighbor that is like doing some type of remodeling or some type of construction.
You're supposed to start in like 15 minutes, so we'll try to wrap things up. But you know what's always weird when it's your birthday and you look at with a calendar and I'm like, oh, that's my birthday. Oh wait, that's today. Oh yeah, today's my birthday. Like you see the date and you're like, that's my birthday. But okay, 2 more topics to cover. Let's cover the lighter one and then we'll go into the heavier one. So the lighter one is.
I mean, they're both kind of interesting. So
they're lighter in the sense that no one fucking died. So call her daddy. For those of you who don't know, it's one of the biggest podcasts in the world. They don't release download numbers because there's no video version of it, so you can't really like see the numbers because they're all private.
It's only behind the scenes, but it's very large.
They're on Libsyn. Like they can see their own stats, but they're consistently in the top episodes in the world on like Apple Podcasts and stuff like that. So needless to say, they are doing big numbers. And basically there was this controversy, you might have heard about it, where, for the past like 6 weeks, they haven't posted an episode. And leading up to that, they had this thing that they were calling The Trail, where like the titles of their episodes were kind of cryptic and they were saying like, help me and like, help us, we're trapped. And like all this stuff.
And the descriptions were also really cryptic too.
Yeah. And basically the whole point of The Trail was to say that so they are owned by Barstool Sports, which is a large corporation founded by Dave Portnoy.
It's a network, a big network.
It's a network, exactly. But it's very like heavily tied in with like fraternity culture and like college culture and
the type of people that go to a bar, sit on a stool, and watch sports. Barstool Sports.
Barstool Sports, exactly. And they are very, very what's the word that I'm looking for? Like non-traditional. They're very crass, very open to cussing. It's
like frat bro-y. It's very frat bro-y.
And like, I think at one point they got acquired by like ESPN or Disney, and then they like sold them back because they were like, we can't have this shit on our network.
Disney.
Because like
Disney bought them and was like, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Because Disney owns ESPN, and so ESPN is like, whoop, come on over here, because Barstool Sports is huge. But then they just realized like, hey, we can't have people on our network talking about pussies and stuff. Like, and that's what Barstool Sports is. So anyways, Call Her Daddy, for people who don't know, it's a podcast with these 2 girls, Alex and Sophia. They're like best friends. They live in New York City, and it's mainly about like sex. Like that's like their main topic.
It's like hookup culture, basically.
Yeah, and it's really entertaining because these 2 girls just live this like life that I would never have that window into. I think that's the most interesting thing for me to listen to it. It's
that's why people are interested in this podcast too.
Yeah, totally.
It's into a life that they've never seen before.
Yeah, and into a friendship too.
Yeah,
like
facts.
It's these 2 girls that are hot and like are always hooking up with like athletes and rich dudes and getting flown around the country.
I wish I could hook up with athletes and rich dudes. Damn.
Same, bro. Same. And like basically they get like flown around the country to like hook up with random dudes. Anyways, it's hilarious and they're really funny and really silly, and they're kind of like the frat boy equivalent of girls. Like they talk about everything. So anyways, that's the appeal of it, is that they're like liberating.
Whatever the female equivalent of a fuckboy is, that's what they are.
Totally. So anyways, the whole thing that has been revealed over the past week, basically past 2 weeks, is so they weren't posting episodes because they were trying to renegotiate their deal, and they were trying to basically get the rights to the show because Barstool owns the show.
Well, they were asking for a lot.
Well,
they were asking for way more than that.
Here's the whole backstory. So Sophia and Alex are the 2 girls. Sophia has been dating this dude named Peter Nelson, who's an executive for HBO Sports.
AKA Suit Man.
And they call him Suit Man. They never wanted to share his name. He's not on social media either, and they were trying to keep him anonymous, but everyone figured out who he is. His name is Peter Nelson. He's a fucking dork.
And he looks so weird in the face.
He looks like the Easter Island
heads. Yes, he looks like Easter.
Mixed with Quagmire from Family Guy, mixed with Lord Farquaad from Shrek.
Yes.
He's got the weirdest, like most chiseled face. And
like
he's just
boxiest,
he looks like his voice would sound like this. Hello, my name is Peter Nelson. Like he's just the weirdest fucking looking dude. Anyways, he sucks. Fuck Suit Man. So anyways, he
might be responsible for
Oh, he ruined Call Her Daddy.
All of this.
He ruined Call Her Daddy. So I'll explain. So for people who don't know, I'll kind of breeze through this. So
You're going to have to, because there's like 3
people that know
hours
what's
of
up.
videos.
People that are listening might know already this whole backstory. But Superman and Sophia were dating, and basically the whole time they're dating, Superman is like, you guys are getting fucked on your deal. You should be making way more money. This is not industry standard. And granted, they should. Like, they should be making millions of dollars. And they were always on the show complaining about how they were getting fucked by Barstool, and Barstool wasn't paying them enough. And in their original contract, they were going to make $70,000 a year, but there was bonuses for downloads.
And both of them made over $500,000 last year.
So yeah, it came out that they made over $500,000 last year, which isn't nothing. That's a lot. That's a good amount of money.
Comfortable.
People
That's
were thinking that they were getting
comfortable.
paid like hourly or something by Barstool. They thought they were getting like fucked in the butt. But, well, they were, but not by Barstool.
Not by Barstool. And also, that's relative. It's relative.
So anyways, they were trying to renegotiate. Basically, long story short, Superman had this list of all these crazy asks. Demands, really. And they kept coming back to Barstool with these renegotiations. And every time
not doing anything good for Barstool, just demanding.
And every time they would meet them halfway, they would always ask for more. And basically it came to the point where there was kind of a standstill, and it was like during COVID. So it was like,
I think Dave shut down negotiations when they kept getting greedy. Like when they kept getting greedy, and he was like, you know what, fine.
There wasn't a shutdown. They basically had this one meeting that was like right before COVID, or maybe it was during COVID.
You're talking about the rooftop meeting.
Yes, the rooftop deal. So they went and they met at Dave's rooftop, and basically he offered them a deal that Alex,
a sweet deal, like
thought
a
that they
sick deal.
couldn't refuse. Their contract was like for 3 years. He shortened it down to do it for 1 more year, and at the end they get the show. They get all the rights. They get the IP to Call Her Daddy, which has only happened in the history of shows a few times. Like Howard Stern got his IP, and I can't think of the other person that got their IP.
No one gets their IP.
Like no one gets their IP. The network owns the IP, and there's no reason to sell it back. Like,
yeah.
And the reason
that's the whole point. A network is in this business. It's taking risks to make
and at the end of the day,
thing in order to try to make money. It's like,
at the end of the day, fuck middlemen. Like, fuck Barstool for like owning the show and not giving it back to these girls.
But do you think the Call Her Daddy girls could have done it on their own?
Here's the thing. Alex is very talented, and she knows what's up. She edits YouTube videos, so she edits her own vlogs. She edits the podcast, which I didn't realize this. She in her like 35-minute YouTube video that she came out with, she said that they actually record for 3 hours for Call Her Daddy, and then she edits it down to 1 hour for the show. So the show is actually 3 hours long of them just talking back and forth, and then she picks out the best things and cuts it down to 1 hour. And I think that's why the show is really good,
because it's
there's
the best
only
of the best.
The best of the best. She only has the cream of the crop, and that's also why it's not on video. I didn't realize that, because if it was on video, you'd realize that they're jumping around all the time. But it's an audio show, so they chop it down.
We don't edit around here.
We don't edit. We don't make AJ do all that bullshit. But anyways, and Sophia was not doing anything, apparently. Like, a lot of times she was not coming to the podcast with topics. She was not editing. She wasn't... Basically, she was really good talent on the show.
She was a sidekick, but that's it.
But she kind of didn't do anything else. And Alex expressed her frustrations on the newest podcast, and where she basically said, like, there would be times where Sophia would literally be, like, on a plane to go visit Superman, and Alex was at home in their New York City apartment, like, editing, and like, wow, what the fuck? Like, my partner in this isn't even like sitting here helping me edit the show. She's literally just saying fuck you and like going on a trip. And I can see how that's really frustrating. And so at one point, Alex went and asked for a raise behind Sophia's back,
and she got it.
And she got it because she explained to Dave, like, yo, I'm doing way more than half of the work. Like, please give me a raise. And she decided at that point not to tell Sophia, because Sophia behind closed doors was always telling her, like, please don't share that you do more of the work because it makes me look bad. She was always expressing that, like, please don't, like, when people would ever ask, like, oh, so who edits the show? And she would chime in and go, oh, we do. She wouldn't say like, oh, Alex does. She'd say, oh, we do. Or like,
which is so the opposite of you and I, because I always like give you so much credit for what you do, because it's very clear and it's very obvious, like, that you do a lot of like the laborious, like, heavy lifting stuff when it comes to the creative side of things.
Yeah,
and
luckily there's no one that's paying both of us or something.
I mean, this is another prime example of why autonomy is so fucking important to me. Like, no one will ever own Wheels to Walking, ever. Like, no stakeholder, no control, no shares, no public traded, nothing. Jack shit. nothing. Like
Unless we get a sick deal like Joe Rogan or something. Well, they're still not owning it. It's like a licensing
but
deal.
even still, it's like, dude, I've seen in my lifetime too many horror stories of people jumping on what they think is a good deal, and then it turns out to be a bad deal that ruins everything.
Yeah.
Like, I am not going to do that. Like, I don't care if it's taking me longer. I don't care if I've said no to hundreds of opportunities and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm keeping this as pure as possible because
you got to hold out for the big bucks.
Not only that, and I don't like people talking in my fucking head.
True that.
No one needs to, like, this is our shit. Like, this is what our doing. Like, your voice doesn't matter. Shut up and go away. And like, and there's certain people.
And that's what was happening with Superman is he has never even like listened to the show, but he just took it upon himself to like start all these negotiations, and he started shopping out Call Her Daddy to other networks, selling it. And there was apparently this one network called Wondery that already was like ready to sign a deal with them. And they were going to call the show The Fathers instead of Call Her Daddy. Like, one of the nicknames for them is like, they're the fathers, the founding fathers or whatever. So long story short, Alex decided at the end when they went for this deal, they were going to be 50-50 and they were going to get the show at the end of a year, one more year. So they were cutting the deal down, and they were going to get the IP. Dave was giving them the deal of the century.
Not only IP, I think he was also giving higher percentages on like merch sales. And
he was going to, at the end, he was going to give them everything except for alcohol, because apparently that's one of the big things with Barstool right now is they're kind of like making brands of alcohol based on their other shows and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And yeah, there's apparently going to be a drink. Apparently, this was like rumored that there was going to be a Gluck Gluck 9000 drink, which is one of their things, one of their names for a blowjob technique. So, anyways, so
you heard that right.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense for Barstool to be like, "Yo, that's the long play," because merch you buy once or twice. If it's alcohol and it's a good drink, people drink alcohol pretty frequently. It's disposable. You drink it once and you got to buy it again. It's consumable. And
it's a luxury consumable item, basically.
And it's kind of a flex. It's like a fun thing. Like, oh, you drinking the Gluck Gluck drink? Like, it's funny. Like, girls would think it's hilarious that they're drinking a blowjob drink. Like, and guys. So it's like, it'd be like.
I mean, if you know anything about alcoholic drinks already, they all already have like sexual names to them.
True that. A lot of them do. So anyways, Alex and Sophia couldn't come to an agreement. Sophia didn't want to take the deal and she wanted to keep asking for more. And Alex was like, yo, this is the deal of the century. We need to take it now. And they weren't on the same page. So basically, Alex went to Dave and said, I want to take the deal by myself. Because he did offer them at one point, like, yo, you can go do a show by yourself and you can go do a show by yourself if you want to. Like, I'll offer Sophia a show if you want to, like, not keep doing what you're doing. And that's what happened. So Dave gave the reins to Call Her Daddy to Alex. I don't know the specifics of the deal, but I would assume that she's now getting both of their income. So she's probably making over $1 million this year, if not more.
Because he was going to give each of them a $500,000 guarantee. So
plus bonuses for downloads and all that.
So she might as well give her the $1 million.
The full thing, because it's no more.
What's the Suitman's girlfriend's name again?
Sophia.
So like Sophia. I'm sorry. What an idiot. She walked away with nothing. No show, no IP, no paycheck. All because she's dating this suit man guy who thinks he knows better for her than she does. And she made herself disposable. And we talk about that all the time. The way that you keep your fucking job is make sure that they cannot fire you because you are so valuable, that no one can do your job. No one can do what you do. No one can do how you do it. And it's like, she made herself extremely disposable.
And she thought that she wasn't, because she was like, I am half of Call Her Daddy.
She was demanding you're like 10%
half of the front end.
Yeah, like you're half of the visuals, you're half of the like the on board, but like behind the scenes, and you know this and I know this, behind the scenes so much more happens. Like,
oh yeah. Like, and that was the thing. It was like they had a real friendship, and the episode that they came out with that Alex dropped yesterday, it was called The Funeral, because
it's like that friendship is gone now thanks to Suitman.
And it's really sad.
So hey, Suitman, you fucked up a show and you fucked up a friendship. Good job.
Yeah, and I mean Sophia.
Also, Sophia, you're stupid as shit.
But you know what's crazy is I didn't realize that they were dating. Like, so you know when Call Her Daddy went on Logan's podcast, Impulsive?
Oh, forever ago, yeah.
They were dating then.
Oh.
Sophia and Suitman were together then. And one thing that happened was Alex said, you remember on the podcast when they were like, let's go clubbing afterwards? And they were like, oh, no, I don't think we can, whatever. That's not really our scene. Suitman just so happened to book a flight to LA to do some business during that same week when they were out in LA. And Alex was all excited because she's like, this is our first business trip. This is so exciting, blah, blah, blah. And the whole time Sophia's like texting Suitman, and Suitman's like, come see me, blah, blah, blah. And there's all this stuff where like Sophia went to go get her hair done, but then it like lasted like an extra 2 hours because she went to go see Suitman and didn't say anything, and like all this dumb shit. And then on top of that, he said something like, if you don't see me on this trip, you'll regret it, or something like that. And then there was this one night where they wanted to go out with like Logan and Mike and all them to a club, and Sophia went with Suitman, and Alex had to like sit in her hotel room because she's like, this is gonna look bad if I'm out partying by myself. Like, we are a unit, we are Call Her Daddy. It's gonna look weird,
especially if you're hanging out with Logan. Yeah, it's like Logan and Mike together. It's
exactly. But I mean, Logan's Logan and Mike is Mike, but like they are Call Her Daddy. Like people don't even know the names of them. You know what I mean? Like people know Logan Paul. He's Logan Paul. Like, Call Her Daddy, you're like, I don't know the name. Who's the girl that's dating Suitman? You know what I mean? Like, people don't know their names.
I don't listen to the show. Like, I'm not a 20-something singles chick.
But even when you listen to the show, you don't know their names because they're not saying each other's names. How many times did I say Richard during this podcast?
I mean, never.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there's...
You're like, you mean the podcast with the guy in a wheelchair and a guy not in a wheelchair?
And it doesn't help that there's no... And it doesn't help that there's no video. It's only audio.
Yeah,
so you only know their names if you follow them on Instagram and like
or listen
you're
to their
into
voices or whatever.
So all that to say... The funeral episode was really good. It was Alex by herself, and the turn that she's doing, the move that she kind of came up with, is because a lot of people were like, you should try to find another co-host.
The pivot.
Blah, blah, blah. The pivot is that she put a form up where you can submit stories that you think belong on like Call Her Daddy or whatever. And so like the whole audience is called like the Daddy Gang. So like the Daddy Gang is going to be now like a part of the show in every episode.
Daddy Gang will be a co-host, basically.
They're going to feature another member of the Daddy Gang, and they're going to find people with the craziest Daddy Gang stories, because that was a big part of the show too.
Dear Penthouse Forums.
Well, that was the biggest part of the show, was actually people writing in and like talking about their crazy sexcapades or like whatever the fuck they were doing, their Daddy Gang shit. And they would like talk about it, and they're like, "Oh my god, that is so Daddy Gang," or whatever. So now, and she said like, maybe if some of you are good enough, maybe one of you will become my co-host. So I think that's like a solid move. It's gonna like add some spice into it. But yeah, all that to say, a lot of drama, a lot of craziness. But Suitman is a dumbass. Sophia fucked herself over.
All she did was bust into the room, start screaming and yelling, demanding everything, and then when it all was all said and done, she left with nothing because she had no leverage, and because she wasn't valuable.
You know what the funniest part is? So apparently a couple of days ago, Scooter Braun got involved. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, and Dave Portnoy was like talking mad shit.
Oh,
on
he had to like
Scooter
take down a video too, because Scooter asked that. He was like, I took it down because Scooter asked me to like leave him out of it. But basically, apparently someone got involved with Scooter Braun, and Scooter Braun, if you don't know, is the guy who's behind Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande. He's behind a lot of big artists. And one of the big gripes against Scooter Braun right now is that he won't give Taylor the rights to her music. Like, he will not sell them to her no matter what. Like, he owns the rights to her music and whatever. So it's funny that he is now involving himself in this, because they called Erica, who's like Dave's right-hand man. He didn't have the balls to call fucking Dave. And basically, he was like trying to renegotiate that Sophia gets 50%. It's like, yo, you don't realize, Sophia, you're done. You're out.
What happened is Suitman reached out to all his connections and found someone who knew Scooter and told him enough of the story that Scooter would then call Dave and try to be like, hey, you know, this and that, yada yada, blah blah blah. And then Dave's like, Scooter, stay out of this. You have no idea what the fuck's going on.
He's never watched the show.
I don't know who called you. I don't know who talked to you. I don't know why you're calling me, but stay the fuck out of this.
And Alex was pissed. She's like, I'm so tired of all these men who like think they know what's up, that have never listened to the show. They don't know what the Daddy Gang is. They don't know what the show is about. They've never even listened to an episode. And they're the ones trying to like renegotiate my money. It's like, stay the fuck out. I got this. And I was like, yes, go fucking Alex. Like I really gained a lot of respect for her. I mean, because even though she is like degrading herself on a daily basis on the show, she's a smart businesswoman and has proven herself, and like, she's actually, I think, the main talent of the show. And
she's one of these girls with like big dick energy.
Bye, Sophia.
Where it's like, if you are an employee or you work in or around Barstool, you gotta have thick skin.
Oh, for sure.
That's just Barstool itself. Barstool is always wrapped in some type of, you know,
drama or
some type
shit.
of controversy, some type of something all the time. It's like, Barstool Sports is like what Chive was 10 years ago, you know?
True True fucking that.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, man. It's very interesting to...
Chive TV.
Fucking Chive. Don't get me started on fucking Chive.
Anyways, I feel like, yeah, we kind of wrapped everything up there, but yeah, if you also listen to Call Her Daddy, go in the Wheels to Walking Facebook group. We can talk about it there.
Also, I mean, we have about 12 minutes to talk about this next topic, but this next topic is way bigger than 12 minutes. Do we want to attempt
I think we should touch it, and we can talk more in the Facebook group if we want to or whatever.
It's sensitive.
It's very sensitive, and I think probably a lot of people are going to know what we're going to mention, but we're talking about George Floyd and what happened to him in Minneapolis, right? Wasn't it Minneapolis?
I think so.
And it's just really fucking sad, man. Like the video of him literally getting killed by a police officer.
I couldn't watch it.
A slow kill. I
couldn't watch it. I've only read what people have said about it, but I can't watch people suffering. I can't watch people die.
It's like a 12-minute video where this cop has
literally
his knee
kneeling on
his
this guy's neck, and he's literally saying, "Help, help, help, I can't breathe." And there's 4 cops there, and one of the cops is actually stopping people from helping.
And there's like a lot of bystanders, a lot of people videoing. I mean, literally, it was a modern day lynching. Like, it's fucked up, and it was a modern day public lynching. Like, it literally was a public killing of a black dude that has been proven that he wasn't resisting arrest. There's video footage that came out from a local restaurant that had camera footage of when he actually got arrested. He was in handcuffs the whole time, so he wasn't a threat. It was just a racist ass cop that wanted to fucking put this guy in a world of hurt, and whether he meant to kill him or not, he fucking killed him. And it's really sad.
Yeah, I saw
it feels very helpless, dude. Like,
saw some announcement that was
just last week. There was another killing. The week before that, there was another killing of an innocent black guy.
It's almost it's like
sad,
we've
dude.
almost already forgot about the guy in Georgia.
Ahmaud Armour, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, and it's like
sorry for not pronouncing his name right, but you know what I'm talking about.
It's like the Minneapolis Police Department have decided after further review, the Minneapolis Police Department has decided to terminate the jobs of all 4 officers. And it's like, don't you mean prosecute for murder? Oh yeah, now the noise is happening.
The noise is starting, so if you hear the noise,
yeah, I didn't know that you could murder someone on the job and only lose your job and not actually go to jail for murder.
Here's the thing.
That's what I didn't know.
There is a lot of public outcry over this one. I'd say maybe even more than the other one, because the one that happened in Georgia recently, it was someone who wasn't a cop that killed him. It was a bystander. And not a bystander. It was someone who literally chased this guy down while he was jogging and killed him in broad daylight. But so that was a little bit different because there was justice served and like those guys got put in jail and hopefully they're there for the rest of their lives for fucking killing this innocent dude. But
it was a father and a son that were connected to the KKK.
It was a slow killing. It was a police officer. And I think that over the next coming days, we're going to see those guys arrested. Unfortunately, they're not arrested. They're probably pretty scared right now that they're gonna get arrested because they should be, and they should be tried for murder, and they should be in jail for the rest of their fucking lives. But it also, it's like some of those other guys, they weren't the ones with their knee on the guy's neck, but they also did not do anything to stop it. Like they were encouraging it, and they were actively stopping other people.
I don't know if they were encouraging it, but they definitely weren't stopping it.
And that's guilty by association, bro.
Well, I think that's similar to like lying by omission. You don't have to be deceitful. You just have to not take action.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, there's a lot of rhetoric going on right now, which is like, if you're not speaking out against this, then you are for this.
You're on the side of the oppressor.
And I don't like that rhetoric at all. I'm not a fan of that rhetoric. I really do not get behind that. And it's like, if you're not for pizza, you're against pizza. You're the enemy of the pizza. As a matter of fact, you're anti-Italian. You're anti-small business. If you don't like pizza, then you're bad. I'm like, that's not true.
Yeah, and that's a very
like, this is horrible.
That's a very desensitized example, but it does kind of relate because there is a lot of rhetoric around this. And I reposted something that LeBron James posted yesterday.
Like
that was
kneeling. Yeah.
It was the picture of Colin Kaepernick kneeling. And a lot of people at the time did not understand what he was trying to convey. And side by side with that is the image of George Floyd with the police officer's knee on his neck, and that guy is kneeling, and it's a pretty eerie parallel because they're both kneeling, and it says
it's like if you're mad at one,
if you don't understand why this was happening, then you definitely don't get why this is happening, or something along the lines, and it said like stay woke, whatever, blah blah blah, something along those lines. But I thought that was super powerful, and I feel like I had a conflicting thing because I woke up in the morning, I was laying in bed, and I saw this video of this guy fucking dying, and it's like, what do you do, man? It's like, posting a picture doesn't help. Posting the video doesn't really help. Nothing is going to bring this guy back to life. That's not going to solve racism. Like, I hope that no one on my friends list that actually is going to see that picture is someone that would do some shit like that. I think I reposted it because it felt like it was a powerful message, and I felt like kind of flooding everyone's stories with those pictures was kind of a powerful thing. But
I mean, social media was overwhelmed. Every platform I was on all day had multiple posts from multiple people about everything. But was that just
posturing on my part? Was that me being part of this problem of just like, oh, we're so heartbroken, but at the same time, like not doing anything? And it's like, maybe, I don't know. And it's just like a hard thing because there's this rhetoric of like, if you're not forced, you're against us, blah, blah, blah. And of course, there are things right now that you can do.
It's a false equivalency. I don't like it.
There's things that you can do right now.
I know for me personally, like, I'm very upset. I'm very outraged. And it's terrifying. It's scary. Like,
and you have family members that are black.
Yeah. Like, and it's like, this could happen to them. And that's scary. And that's terrifying. It's like, it's horrible. But like, I don't know, man. Like, don't forget I'm a white guy. Okay, I'm still a white guy. I got white privilege. It's real. It exists. But I don't know if this is just because I am privileged enough to not say anything. I don't know. Like, I remember I was talking to my sister.
Well, some people are like, you're saying that you can't believe, like, because a lot of people are saying, like, I can't believe this is happening in 2020. And some people are like, yo, if you're still saying you can't believe this is happening in 2020, you haven't been fucking paying attention because this shit is happening every single day.
This is just the only one that's been caught on camera.
Well, no, it's not the only one.
No,
it happens all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a regular occurrence, I believe, that there's extreme systematic racism, especially and specifically when it comes to law enforcement and African Americans.
Well, it's the same thing that I talk about it, like the bar dress code. You know, it's like no plain white tees, and that they only enforce it
no baggy pants, no flat bill hats,
no Timbs, no.
And it's like, you're describing fashion that black dudes wear. I get it.
No
you're basically
Nike
saying,
Air Force Ones.
You're basically saying no black dudes. Got it. Okay.
But if I walked in there with a plain white tee, they wouldn't say shit. It's like selective enforcement of the law, and it's like, well, the law says this, and it's like, yeah, we know the law says this, but when it's a white dude doing it, you don't do shit. It's like when there was that, you were talking about it. There was a protest a couple weeks ago about the lockdown, and guys, white dudes with guns, like stormed the Capitol. No one got shot. It wasn't violent, but you know, you see a black dude and he's not even resisting arrest or anything, and then the cop goes, I feared for my life. He could have had a gun.
Wasn't there some lady that like called the police on some black guy? He was like bird watching or something.
Yeah.
And it's like
she's like a Harvard graduate or something.
And she called the police and she's like, there's a black man threatening my life. And it's like, yo, bitch, that 911 call could have murdered that man. You could be responsible for murder. Luckily, it didn't end up that way. But you being a racist ass bitch was like the reason
and
why.
Unfortunately, like, I hate to say this, but like in America, we kind of need to. The end of this show is such a shit show. Okay, but I think the point I was saying, I don't even remember.
You were talking about how white people would storm the Capitol. There's no consequences. A regular black guy, he felt threatened, bird watching.
Exactly. So basically, it's like this selective enforcement of the law. And unfortunately for people of color, like they are, this is what I was going to say. In America, we need to like realize that police are not always having the best intentions. Like they are not perfect. And a lot of times, like we think of police, like white people typically think of police as like, they're there to protect us. And it's like, no, they're fucking not. They are the army of the government. Like they are the localized army of the government that will enforce shit with lethal force when it's not even necessary and it's fucked up.
If you're a white person, you've probably had nothing but the worst experience you've probably ever had with a cop was a speeding ticket. If you're a white person, probably. That's the worst thing you've ever had happen to you. But if you're a person of color, holy shit, death, dying on the regular
can happen for sure.
Your friends, people you know, people in your community, your family members, people are getting shot and killed, and it's like there's definitely a lot of arguments about a lot of different things, but it's like I don't know, man. I think I think if you think about, if you go all the way back, law and law enforcement was used to control and like dictate slavery. Like it was intentionally, like law enforcement was almost built on the backbones of anti-black. Like it was almost built to keep, quote unquote, keep the slaves under control, or whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, I mean, we need to kind of wrap this up, but basically,
dude, there's like a jackhammer in the background. Yeah. The camera just died. We're talking about some serious shit. This is very weird. I don't like how this ended.
I'm out of this, but basically, thoughts and prayers can't really do shit to bring anyone back, but obviously, thoughts go out to the black community right now. Obviously, this is a really hard time. A lot of stuff is going wrong, and a lot of times, unfortunately, a lot of this stuff comes in bursts, dude. Like.
It reminds me of Ferguson a lot.
It's going to wind up before it winds back down. And
reminds me of Trayvon Martin, Ferguson, and then like all the... What bugs me...
And we're in the middle of COVID still, so it's like people are already really uptight.
You know what bothers me the most is it's like we're almost becoming so desensitized to it. It's just like school shootings. Like, oh, another black guy died from a cop? Okay. Oh, another angry white kid went into a school and shot up 10 people? Okay. Like, we're reaching this point where it's like, I mean, what do you mean, okay? Like, it's a sad tragedy that we're so desensitized to all this stuff. Yeah. Like, it's messed up, dude. It's so messed up.
Yeah.
All right, well, anyhow, on that very weird note, on this very weird ending of a very weird podcast, follow us on places.
Bye.
Bye.